Hello, my friends. As you might know, after my shoulder surgery, I have been rebuilding my body. And one of the best tools for this is right here, gymnastics rings. Sometimes people think gymnastics rings are just for people that are in really, really good shape. And so today I wanted to share some ways that you could bring gymnastics rings into your life and use them, because anybody can use these. In fact, if you're not in very good shape at all, there's some exercises I'll show you today that can really begin to rebuild some strength in a way that is maybe even safer than doing it without the rings. When I first got myself some gymnastics rings, I went on YouTube, I watched a bunch of videos of these gymnasts doing iron cross and all this cool stuff, and I thought, it looks pretty easy. So I tried to get up into their basic support position and jumped up there, and my arms were doing this. And I looked down at them, what's going on? So that's when I really learned that the beauty of these is that they create an unstable environment. If they're going to be stable, the stability has to come from our body, not from the rings, because the rings don't provide any. Alright, a couple basic exercises I would like to share today. So the very first one is a method to work on your squat and to work on your pull-ups. You can do it in one exercise that gives you the ability, if you can't do a pull-up or you can't do a full squat, gives you the ability to kind of ease yourself into each one. To do this, I'm going to grab my rings, and I want them to be positioned, as you can see, so they're maybe at shoulder height about, so I can easily touch the ground. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to go down into my squat. Now some of us don't have a full squat yet, so I can go down. I'm not hanging on the rings yet, but at some point, my legs might start burning, and then I can put a little bit of my weight into the rings. Yeah, ease into it. You can go deeper into your squat then, and you can support yourself with your arms. And go as low as you want to go. Now you're in the position to start your pull-up. Maybe you can't do a pull-up yet, so I can use my legs to support me. And I can give as much little added support as necessary to get that first pull-up. By combining these two exercises, you've created a really nice dynamic for your body where it can self-support and work you up to the point where you can do that full squat without the rings, and where you can do that pull-up without your legs helping. Number two is an excellent exercise that's going to help to stabilize your shoulder musculature, to build up your arms and your core. To do this, start out standing right underneath the rings. Extend your arms straight out in front of you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean. I'm going to keep my shoulder blades tucked and engaged, and my core musculature engaged. I'm going out only so far as I feel some good tension throughout my core, and definitely that I don't start to sag. If you're sagging, your core is giving out, and you need to back off, because we want our core to be able to stabilize anything we do with our arms or our legs. As I go out, I'm going to feel, okay, I'm at my edge. Then I want to go back. Now, there's two ways to do this. The one is I bend my legs, I push my butt backwards, and I kind of cheat my way out of it. The other is to push down with my hands. As I push down with my hands, it's going to ease my body back. And I'm going to have to be using musculature in order to do that. By backing up a few inches, now I've made this into a more difficult exercise. And you just decide how far back you can go. and how far out this way you want to go. Making sure that whatever you do, you're able to bring yourself back by pushing down on the hands with a stable core. And you're not going so far that you start to break down. These guys are great for stretches too. Here we are sitting at our computers. This stuff all gets kind of shortened up and tight. And this first stretch really wakens that back up again. To do it, I'm going to put my arms straight out. I'm just bending over as if I'm going to swan dive off a cliff. And I'm resting my hands. I'm just allowing there to be a stretch across the chest muscles there, through the shoulders. Feels really good. A similar stretch is to put these arms straight out and then to bend down. This is almost like a down dog on the rings, where I'm going to let my neck, my head, chest kind of fall down and stretch with those arms nice and straight. Finally, I can put these behind. I can bend myself down. And I get a nice stretch there to my lower back because my legs are straight as if I'm doing a toe touch, and through the arms and the shoulder. My wife Rebecca likes to do just kind of a free form stretch and strengthening exercise. I'm spreading my legs a little bit and I'm just moving my body. I'm allowing these to take a little bit of weight here, a little bit of weight there. And the key with this, like reach, if you've ever seen me do the reach stuff, is to kind of go to the edge. I can do this really comfortably right here, but I'm not doing anything for myself. So I'm going out until I feel stretches, and I feel a little bit of muscular tension and strengthening going on. And just free form. You can almost dance with it. If you've gone this far, you're ready to try that basic support. To do this, I'm going to jump up, and you might want to lower this down because we don't want this to be a strain when we jump up. So if I have them here at shoulder length, and I've been doing that squat and those pull-ups, and then I decide I'm going to try the support, and I'm doing that, then bring them down. You can bring them down so that your feet are only going to be a couple inches off the ground. That's just fine. So here, I'm going to go up into that support, and my palms are going to be facing in to my body. This is a lot more difficult, so work your way up to it. Again, if you do this when your feet are close to the ground, then you can just lift yourself a couple inches, see if you can support yourself. We're trying to get ourselves to be as stable as we can in this position. Your muscles will shake when they start to get to tension, and that's just fine. But just practice being as still as you can. Probably my favorite place to literally hang out on the rings is upside down. Now, there's a couple things that are important if you're going to do this, and that first and foremost is to make sure that your rings are very secure, because obviously I wouldn't want one of them to break when I'm doing this. To get into this position, we have to kind of work up to it. We're going to start by hanging, and the hanging itself is just awesome. This is going to develop your grip strength, and all the muscles in your upper body are going to have to be engaged. But to do this, we have to really work our core, and we're going to be using our leg muscles. So I want to hang. Obviously I can touch the floor here, but I'm going to lift my feet off the floor, and I'm bringing my knees right up towards my face. What I'm trying to do is develop the ability to rock myself with those knees without bending my arms. There's going to be a tendency when you try this to bend your arms up when you do it. Instead, hang and rotate on that kind of shoulder complex. It's going to be more difficult than when you bend your arms, but it's going to develop more core strength. So my knees come towards my face, and then I lift those knees with straight arms up over my head. When I get to that upside down position, then I can hang out there for a little bit. Only do this if your strength and your grip strength is capable of holding yourself there, because again, you don't want to drop when you're doing this. Here's from the other side. Now if I've gotten that far, I'm ready to turn my palms so they're inwards and just start expanding my legs upwards. Once those legs go straight up, you can get into a position where your body is just supporting itself balance-wise. This is the scary thing for most people. Oh! So, to be ready for that, spend some time in that first squat position there. Make sure you're comfortable there and you feel really strong. And then just extend your legs up slowly. Make sure that you have a good balance point. The other thing you can do here is start to practice going over. The best way to do that is to have something waiting for you. Here, I have this waiting for me. As I come back over, my feet can touch it. I can push myself back up. So I'm not afraid that I'm going to go over backwards. Do that with smaller and smaller ones until you can start to bring yourself straight over backwards. Touch. And bring yourself back over the top. If you can do that, you're no longer afraid of falling this way. Because you know, even if you do, you're going to be okay. That's all for now. If you like this, let me know. I can do more ring videos. I'm kind of progressing as I go, as I rebuild my own strength, and I can do a series of progressive videos that will kind of build you up as I get to regain my strength and flexibility. Thanks for watching, my friends. We will talk with you soon. Let me know what you think in the comments.